Talking Normies Podcast.
What up?
Hi.
With the Talking Normies Podcast.
Hello.
Again, Chris is not with us again this week, but
Howdy.
he'll be. Oh my bad, sorry.
No, go ahead.
We'll be back. He'll be back next week with y'all. So stay tuned though. I know y'all love Chris, but we still could hold it down.
Yeah, he's here in the spirit of
Or
music.
he's. I mean, you don't know if that's a jutsu or not.
Yeah, actually, is what it is. Pat didn't even know.
Jitsu?
Yeah, we didn't tell him.
Ukulele jutsu, dude.
Mm-hmm.
He is a ukulele.
Yeah.
Or like Freaking Friday where you switch bodies type of situation.
Huh.
No, he
No, we're going
is
more
a
Naruto.
ukulele.
I don't know Naruto.
And we're going more.
You will. You
we're going
might.
more Rick
you
and
may.
Morty.
You, possibly. It's possible.
Pickle Rick, but it's Yuka Chris.
Hot
Anyways.
diggity dang.
What's your name?
I'm Spidey,
I'm Pat.
I'll be Brian today.
Brian.
and we have special guest.
If you
A
s-
doggy.
That is
Here.
Mia.
That's one of the doggies. Mia thinks the mic. Oh, now Mia's being all cute as
doing
fuck.
cute stuff.
You know what? This whole podcast, we're just gonna
It's
stare
gonna
at a
be
dog
looking
that
at
you
this
can't
dog.
see.
Yeah.
No, they saw it.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna-
Okay.
Hey, no.
All right.
Is that Chester? That sounds like a Chester
All
bark.
right. Things are happening.
Don't let him down here.
It's Rena's fault. Nope, it's just no. The dogs are now just afraid of Hunter.
Okay. Anyways,
Oliver.
This is gonna be a little chaotic
It is.
today, guys.
It's chaos.
It's
today,
gonna be a
you
little
guys.
bit
It's kinda
chaotic
awesome.
today. See now they just got the zoomies. They got the zoomies now.
Okay.
Oliver. You know him. You were petting him earlier. There you go.
Huh.
That is weird.
You're too big. You're just too
If they
tall
hang
when
out
you
with
move.
them in their podcast, would they bark?
No.
Yeah, let go hang out
It's going to
with
be a
them.
little chaotic today.
Sorry, guys.
It's going to be a little chaotic today. Let's get this podcast back on track. What what are we talking about, Pat?
We are going to be talking about. Now she got the zoomies. This is what happens when you're taking your family's dogs in.
It's what's
What's going on? Why do you have the dogs?
We're
Whose
gonna
dogs
be
are
we're
these?
gonna be
See-
marveling at dogs that you can't see.
Hey, no. Mia.
Do you wanna
Yeah.
take care of this?
Yeah, I'm going Hey, just
We'll do. Me and Spidey will talk about Normies after Dork, dude.
Hey.
Let's start the podcast off with some shameless promotions, dude.
Yeah.
In fact, let me switch seats here, so you guys can see us both together.
Super excited, you guys. If you've been seeing what we've been dropping, we're not in the chat right now, but you know what? I'm gonna pull the chat up for myself. Just to
Yeah,
see
pull
what's
the
going
chat
on
up.
in there. Latest one
Sorry.
just dropped with Ash and Avery.
Yeah, we started our 90-day fiance journey, and
Oh, man.
it is hilarious so far. It's
really is.
the numbers are not quite there, so go check out the video. We work really hard on it, but yeah, dude, it's been really fun. And honestly, there's some additional content that we're working on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of just tell them the idea now for the Instagram content.
Yeah.
So we this is a little sneak peek exclusive for you guys.
Yeah, it's 12 of you guys. You guys are gonna be the only ones to know.
Yeah. So on our Instagram page, we thought about doing some like exclusive content for there too. That might be good for shorts also, but we might have to make like a separate shorts channel for that. But for Instagram, we're thinking about doing like a fake podcast with like a different. It's essentially skits, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna call it. Well, I don't want to say it.
Yeah,
just in
well,
case.
nothing.
Yeah.
We're not giving.
We
names.
won't give any
we'll
details,
drop
okay?
hints
But
later.
no, they're gonna be like skits, and we've been thinking of like some really, really goofy ideas. Like say two henchmen in Gotham discussing whether Batman kills people or not. You know, like that's one of them. These are gonna be like short, like 30 to 60-second skits, and each episode is going to be like two different characters,
from separate spots.
and we're just going to try some things, see what works, see what doesn't work, and we'll do some recurring characters that way. We have some animal masks here. Let's just switch back now. We have some animal masks
Yeah,
and some ideas to go along with those animal masks. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a bit of a creative kind of. I don't know. My Mercury might be in rising. You know what I mean?
Say,
like
lately, I've been feeling more creative than I ever have, and it's been a lot of fun.
it has been, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm really excited for that. So yeah. Anyways, Normies After Dork. If you didn't know about it yet, go check it out on YouTube. I don't know if somebody can drop a link in the chat, but check out the Instagram page too. And yeah, we've been having a lot of fun with that. There's another video dropping next week about this channel called Catfished, and we'll give you guys a little sneak peek of or verbal sneak peek of the video. It's this lady thought she was dating Dacre Montgomery.
Who that?
That's Billy from Stranger Things.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
And that he needed money every once in a while.
But see that where's common sense?
Yeah, she never saw him, never talked to him. It was just text bubbles. But anyways, it was. I mean, it was sad, but I mean, but also kind of hilarious.
How old is she?
And it was.
She's an adult.
Okay,
an adult with a kid.
Oh, come on!
Yeah,
where's the common sense,
Yeah.
y'all?
Well, I mean, see, that's the thing. There's in cases like that, things are happening. Like they need therapy. They need help.
Like,
She even went as far as to like leave the person that she was with at the time.
And
she had a husband.
Did she also send did the money?
Yes. Yeah.
And he's an actor, and then in a hot Netflix series.
And do you know how she sent the money?
Western Union or some bullshit like that?
No. Oh, okay, well, I'll give you three guesses. Okay, you're familiar with like internet scams and like common scams.
Yeah.
So not Western Union,
PayPal?
not PayPal.
Venmo?
That's just another pay service. Okay, what think
Crypto?
Well, she did. What she did for one payment, but no, for most of them it was gift cards. It was like a gift card.
This then
It was a gift card
spells in the head.
And she
Look,
was
man,
like, I thought it was weird too, but
She needed help, okay? But
Clearly.
it reminded me of, honestly, we should do Catfish for the podcast, the movie. Because back in 2010, I don't know if you guys remember Catfish, the movie. But
I've seen that.
Yeah, because that's where it all started. You know, I mean, catfishing has been a phenomenon since, like, internet dating has been a thing. But Catfish, the movie, really kind of brought it into, like, the mainstream and, like, kind of everybody knows what catfishing sort of is
I didn't know
now.
it was until the movie.
Bro, I went back and watched this, and then after the movie came out, it became so popular that MTV picked it up as a TV show where it kind of evolved from there, and now there's a YouTube channel called Catfished, but I don't think they're affiliated with the MTV show. But anyways, back to the movie. I went back and saw the trailer for the movie, and I forgot how hype that movie was. But also, it was marketed as like a true, real thing that happened. It was like a found footage style movie. I'll switch over here when Pat leaves. It was marketed as a found footage style movie, and it was like, this actually happened. And like going back to watch the trailer now, it's like, these are fucking actors, man. These are
You're like, I see this guy in the movie.
I don't know why anyone, me included, I don't know why we believed. I was like, in the theater, I was like, holy shit, man, this happened.
Damn.
We're watching real actual footage from someone's personal camera. And they have like professional audio and shit.
Pro
It's like-
lighting.
but yeah, like pro lighting. It's like, nope, they were actors. Man, we fell for some goofy stuff back then. But like
hell yeah.
since then, there's been so many of those kinds of movies that you
Found footage kind of things.
that's why I love like going back and revisiting nostalgic shit. Have you gone back to anything from your past and be like, how'd I fall for that?
Oh God. There was a movie, I think Chronicle, that I thought was the shit. It was, but like, just like, I thought, I rewatched it and I was like, the special effects of like them flying is worse than I thought it was
Really?
back then, because I thought it was the greatest. I was just like, you guys, this is the pinnacle of like any movie that can be done, and it's one of my favorite movies to this day.
That's how I remember it.
All right, like, yeah, rewatch it.
Yeah, okay.
Because I was like, oh wow, it is very clearly wiring, and I think they're doing it themselves. Like, I don't think they had a big budget on that one.
So with the whole catfish thing, next time when you guys do a commentary,
we'll get you in. On
I got some
episode.
catfish stories.
You do? Oh, see, he would have been a good one.
Yeah, what?
I have a couple catfish stories.
I think this video is gonna do it's. If you've seen our Samir Bhavnani video, I think this is probably our next funniest one with
Nice.
with like the edits that I'm adding. And now it's starting to like fry my computer because I'm doing too much. But it should be really good. Yeah, and we have a lot of Big Ed stuff filmed. If anybody's familiar with 90 Day Fiance, we have a lot of Big Ed stuff filmed already. But yeah, we're gonna do more Catfish because it's a really
And
it's a hilarious channel. I'm sorry,
is.
man. And who knows if it's even real? Because like the way they're filming it, it could very well
the
be.
movie or the
they're just
TV show on
Googling
MTV.
things.
We're talking about the YouTube channel.
Okay,
now.
the YouTube
Yeah.
channel. Okay.
There's another that I just started watching. It's like where basically 10 people be lined up with a balloon and one person comes out and you pop your balloon if you're not interested in the person that comes out. And I've just seen dudes just melt, bro. It's just
I would never do that to myself. That's like
So what? Say that again. I'm confused.
It's called oh my god, I think it's called like Pop Your Balloon or Find Love or something.
So,
like that.
so
What
a
balloon
guy,
find
well, let's say you're standing right here, and then the couch is like 4 women, right?
Okay.
And they're all holding balloons.
Okay.
And the host would be like, "Do you find this person attractive?" If they don't pop their balloon, that's a yes. If they pop their balloon, that's a no. So sometimes it'll just be like pop, 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 pop. And the guy's just like,
Yeah, and then they'll go and ask each person why they pop their balloon.
He just showed up to roast himself.
Not really. Like there's some where like I watched one yesterday where 9 out of 10 popped their balloon, and the last girl he walked out with. But it was every girl that popped their balloon. They're like, okay, why'd you pop yours? She was like, oh well, he's just not really my type, so I'm not really like into him. He was like,
I thought they were
well,
being mean.
You know
Okay.
what? You did me a favor. Same to you. And they were just like, okay. And then another girl was like, they were like, why'd you pop your balloon? I don't like how he responded to that. He was like, well, you know what? You're not even qualified to tell me about that.
I mean,
I want to go on that.
I would never.
It seems
ever
fun,
do
dude.
that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
You would do well on. There's another show called The Button. Have you ever seen that on Cut?
No, I feel like I have.
It's like a speed dating kind of thing where like there's across from each other talking, and there is a narrator voice kind of leading the conversation sometimes, but every now and then the button will light up red, and that's your chance to hit it
to skip the date
to swipe onto the next person. And sometimes they'll be like mid-sentence and be like, yeah, anyway, so yes, like, and it's like, oh damn, you were not interested in me at all.
Yeah,
Like, why were you even pretending?
Right, why'd you say something? What are we doing?
There's some brutal moments on that show.
I'll say what, man. The dating shows or like whatever you want to call these things are becoming more and more unique and different. Back in the day, it was like very boring and the same, you know?
Yeah,
Back in the day, it was just like
next.
it was just
it was like 3 people and ask them a question.
Yeah,
you
it
don't
was
see
like-
them. Now it's like,
Bachelor number 1.
yeah.
Yeah, that was so fun though. we could definitely redo that.
Bachelor number 2.
I like Next. Next was a good one. Love is Blind is incredible. We have to do some of
Yeah,
those.
now it's like we're gonna take you to the Grand Canyon and you're gonna skydive into a guy's arms, and there's 5 of them, whichever one you pick. Whoa, dude! What?
You get to go on a date with that one to see if you love them.
Which one? I watched one season of it because I was intrigued with the idea where people come to the dating show as a couple, but then they get to like either if they want to be with other people they can, and then at the end of that, or they will get married with somebody else.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Yeah.
That's just a free pass.
Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you do that
Ultimatum
to yourself?
Queer Love.
For real? I need to check that out.
Coldest season.
For
dude.
real?
Like, oh my god.
I need to check that out.
Queers be cold.
Dude, it was legit, like
Queers be
these-
cold.
these girls are arguing, and basically one of them is Latina, and she's like, I can't help it. That's just how I am. I've got an attitude. She was like, kindness isn't through your race. Like, it's not a thing like that. I was like, yo, she's spitting.
Yep.
Yeah, it was gold. Yeah, we got to watch that.
Man.
Well, do you want to do a little,
What?
a whole 360? That's a whole different topic.
Oh yeah. Where do you want to take it?
I want to take us to what happened yesterday on the presidential.
Oh wow. You want to get into this now?
I
Yeah.
didn't watch.
Um,
I have no idea what happened in the debate.
it was tragic.
Damn.
For Biden.
Yeah.
Damn.
Unfortunately. Here's the thing. I don't think Trump looked good either. Like he spent 100% of the time dodging every question that was asked of him.
As he does.
And he did spout some of his craziness. So like he kind of did look a little unhinged. Here's the thing. The rules they set is they would turn off the mics because like last time Trump did this, he just like kept interrupting. However, I think turning off the mics helped to make Trump look more sane and a little bit more put together. I would say Trump gave a better performance in terms of like verbally spewing nonsense, but like he seemed confident about it.
As he does.
Biden,
He's showing his age.
Yeah.
he's showing his age, but he's also like a classical politician. Like he's still treating this as like a normal debate, and it's not. You're debating against Trump, and I just don't think he took as many opportunities to like clap back, because like that's really how he needed to handle him. And yeah, man, he just seemed really quiet and kind of feeble. He just seemed tired, you know. But like everything he said, the content of his words, if people are gonna go that, unfortunately, most people are gonna take it at surface value and be like, oh, this guy seems kind of tired, and this guy seems energized. I'm gonna go for like they're not really gonna listen to what each person is saying. But if you listened to what Biden was saying, the content of his debate, like he absolutely destroyed Trump. Like if we're going by content alone, then Trump was blown out of the water. But unfortunately, that's not how it's gonna be interpreted. So yeah, it's and what sucks is like Biden has been giving like really, really good speeches across America for like months now. So I think he's just fucking tired, man. It's just like the he wasn't as aggressive as he needed to be, and I hope there will be more debates, because if this is the only one, it's I'm still thinking that Biden is gonna win just because of how insane the MAGA movement has become, and how I feel like most of the country recognizes that.
Yeah.
And but I will say last night shook my faith a little bit.
So
like it was tragic. It was a tragic performance.
I didn't actually catch the actual debate live. What was happening? I caught the highlights, but I saw the CNN wrap-up show right after it happened. And one thing that stood out to me that I said was this guy used to actually work for Biden. He loves Biden, and he said this: Biden gave a horrible performance, but whatever he said was the truth. Trump gave a great performance, but whatever he said was just lies and dodging questions.
That's exactly it. But
but the mass media is going to see.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to hear the contents, like you just said.
Oh yeah, no. Fox News is about to eat this shit up.
And then also like with Biden, like you could really tell that his age is showing, because like when I was watching the highlights when he's talking, he's stammering, he's stuttering, he's his age is showing, and that's.
But the thing is, the stutter isn't an age thing. That's he's had a like medical stutter. All his life, but he's worked really hard to overcome it. But the thing about Biden is like how the right attacks Biden is all lies. It's all lies. All of the out of context clips they show him about like he was spacing out at this rally or he was trying to sit in an invisible chair. Those are out of context clips where they won't show the whole clip. Like the famous one is Biden was trying to sit in an invisible chair. Okay, if you let that video play for 2 more seconds, he sits in a fucking chair. There is a chair there.
It just takes him a longer time to sit down.
No, it's just it was obscured from like the way he was standing in front of the chair, but there's 4 other people near him and they're all making the same motion to sit down. Why the fuck would Biden not have a like it's I really can't respect the right as MAGA or even as like classical Republican, because like this is what Fox News has done since it's been fucking around. Like they're just, it's not a news organization. It's just a lie propaganda apparatus of the GOP. Like nothing they say is truthful, and it shouldn't be allowed. But they're protected under freedom of speech, and they essentially have a budget in their yearly whatever for lawsuits. Like they know they're going to get sued, and they know they're going to lose those lawsuits, and they literally just allocate a budget for that so they can just
still make a lot of money.
And they just keep spewing lies. Every single clip that's out there that's showing Biden being like, oh, he was spacing out and walking this way off camera towards nothing. Let the clip play for 3 more seconds. It's the way they're cleverly. It's a lot of bullshit, dude.
So,
and he was tired last night, but like I'm following this very, very closely. Every single one of his speeches, he's been on fire. So I don't know I don't know what
I mean,
happened last night.
he's old. His age is catching up, and as the pressure is there, and the presidential job is difficult. Here's my wish: even though he's, he did great last night, with contests, but maybe not the performance. I think because even a lot of Democrats, like I was watching CNN, were saying like that was a horrible, and coming from Denver, that was a horrible performance. They were scared, and I'm hoping
there's no way around it.
There's still time. I'm hoping maybe they could divert from him, because I feel like the problem with this is like young kid. Like I'm going to just take. I don't know about all young kids, but my cousin, who she is going to be first time voter this year. She and her friends did a viewing party, and all of them are Trumpies. Like they're all Trumpies, and like so I'm like before Democrats had the young vote, and now I'm kind of afraid of that. They may not have.
I don't think the majority. I think a lot of your family tends to be on the conservative side, so I don't believe that's the case scenario for like the majority of young people.
Okay.
I really don't think so. It's unfortunate that they're Trumpies, because it's like, what else do you need to see at this point? Like for like, you're following. It's so like if Trump wins and this country goes down the gutter, I want to fucking look every motherfucker in the eye to watch their face fall when the truth hits of like, oh shit, we were duped. We were duped.
We were already duped for 4 years.
We were duped very obviously by a very obvious con man and a literal felon and an adjudicated sex offender. Like,
yeah, that's why I didn't know that you could
like,
actually run for president as a felon.
Or I'd be a sex offender.
So,
apparently,
you know what? This kind of changes. I mean, this sets a precedence. Now we can have motherfuckers running that wouldn't have had a chance before, and it's like, if we want to shake things up, let's shake things up. But like,
it's a convict in that.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, last night was catastrophic. Like it did shake my faith. However, I think that the majority of the country still recognizes, like, especially women. Like women are going to be a massive, if not the deciding factor.
I hope
for this election. And again, if you guys don't know what's going on, and if you're not following this, or if you're treating this like just another election, just another thing, it's not. This is it. This is it. Like, this election decides if we live in America or something new entirely, and it's not going to be good for anybody. Trump added $8 trillion to our national debt. He's quite literally the worst president in American history, and there was like a vote. Like, this isn't like a opinion. This is like a factual statement. He all of the inflation that you're experiencing right now is because of Trump. And the way our politics works is like the current president
has to deal with the past.
Yeah, or any politician, any current politician has to shovel the last politician's shit off the driveway before they can even move forward with anything. But the way people don't understand the timeline of those things, and so they attribute whatever's happening currently to the current person, not understanding that the past person's actions caused this to happen. And I really urge everybody to please educate yourselves. I would recommend Midas Touch on YouTube, because it's a news network that is operated by currently practicing lawyers and not journalists, and they are not bought by anybody. They have no fiduciary responsibility to anybody. It's just this lawyer that was like, I'm sick of the bullshit, I'm starting a news network, and every single person on there is a practicing lawyer, so they're all about just data and facts, and they just lay it out very plainly. If you're on the younger side, Luke Beasley and Adam, oh god, fuck, I'm blanking his name. I'll look it up. But there are two younger people that are like out there, doing it, and it's just this is it. This decides if we continue to make this country better or if everything will be on fire. And there really isn't a choice this November. There really isn't. And I would just urge everybody, not just yourselves, but like tell your friends and family to get involved. I feel like a lot of people are being apathetic about what's happening, and I cannot overstate the seriousness of this election. I've never been this political in my life, but this is it. Like, this is it.
Well, I definitely agree because like CNN was even saying that like what you're voting for is democracy this year. If not, then it's going to turn into like Russia.
This is it.
And
This
so
is it.
my biggest concern is for someone like Trump, who I know, unfortunately, he's a very powerful guy, and he has a big influence. He has a huge influence. I feel like to take someone down like him, we need somebody else. I don't think it's Biden.
No, Biden did it. He
did it,
no,
but like
he did it once already, and his debate performance. Look, last night is not. It's unfortunate that's the Biden that showed up, but it is not indicative of who he has been throughout these past few months. When every speech he's done, like it's not indicative of like his day to day. It's unfortunate that that's the version that showed up, but that is not indicative.
I would like to. If they could pivot to like Bernie Sanders or Jill Stein.
No, pivoting
Bernie,
at this
isn't
point.
Bernie older?
He's older, but
No,
man.
pivoting
Yeah,
at
he's
this
older,
point
way
would ensure a win for Trump. Like
Bro.
this is it, bro. Like this is it. This is what we have. And honestly, dude, Biden again. There's so many fucking lies out there. Like Biden has been an incredible president. You can see his policies in action in every fucking city across America. Look at how much infrastructure is
all the
in our
construction.
city right now. That's Biden, bro. That's the infrastructure week that Trump never delivered on. He talked about it for 4 years, never fucking showed up, dude. And Biden is in your city. Go drive in your city and look at all the new shit that's being built, bro. That's what Biden's doing. And he also signed the CHIPS Act. The NVIDIA price that blew up, that's because of Biden. That's because he took all the shit that was in China and all these other countries, and he's like, no, we're making that shit in America now. If you're invested in NVIDIA and you're coasting on that stock right now, that's because of Biden. The stock market is at all-time high right now. That's because of fucking Biden, dude. Like, he is an excellent president. It's unfortunate that we saw the sad, tired, old version of him last night, but he has been an excellent president, and we're in fucking danger, dude. This is not a joke. This is serious. You guys need to get like involved. Like everybody needs to get involved. That's it.
One more thing I wanted to say is because a lot of black superstars like 50 Cent or Amber Rose
Fascist.
or all those guys, and even The Rock too.
Fascist.
They like usually they would have all been Democrats in the past, and now they're becoming more Republican with Donald Trump. So I'm afraid that like someone who's not going to be as educated as they're going to be able to influence other black voters to go vote for Trump. And
I think again, by and large, I think black people know where they stand. I think they can see Trump especially like Trump now using his felonies to be like, oh, I'm just like black people.
Yeah,
that's because they get persecuted a lot. So yeah, I got treated unfairly too. Like I think by and large, black people are smart enough to be like, yeah, no, that's a fucking
Ain't no
asshole.
that shit.
50 Cent and all these. If you support Trump, you are a fascist. That is a factual statement. You are, and if you don't know that, then you're not educated enough about what this guy actually stands for. If you stand for Trump, you support fascism, and you are on your way to being a fascist. That is just a factual statement. I'm sorry if that hurts to hear. Do your fucking research. Okay, that's it.
No, my biggest fear is like the Democrats always had the young voters and the black voters on lockdown, and now that Trump is going to wiggle his way through.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, last night was catastrophic, but I'm again. This is why everybody needs to really educate themselves. Don't listen to legacy media. Even CNN and MSNBC have investors. Okay, I would again. Relying on YouTube for journalism, you need to vet your channels. Don't be listening to some guy in a shed with 200 followers. Like, that's probably not the best place to get your facts. Like, obviously seek out reputable channels, but there are independent journalists out there that don't have an agenda, but just to inform you on what's actually happening. And those are the people that I trust, because they are covering things that don't show up in the mainstream media for like a month or two. And it's like, we've been fucking talking about this. You guys are just now catching up. It's like CNN and MSNBC are also not doing enough. Like they're everybody's treating this like a normal thing, and everybody is like, well, we have to listen to both sides. There's no both sides, bro. There's MAGA, and they're insane. Like, there is no both sides. I'm sorry, there's no both sides here. Yeah, we've already seen what they're doing with the abortion reversals and stuff. Like, we're headed towards, like, there will be nowhere in the world that is safe anymore. Like, we're headed towards the dark ages.
I agree with that. I don't
like we are literally headed towards the dark ages. This could be the beginning of like 1,000 years of like oppression until some movement comes along that it is, you know, can best things. But it's like these guys already have all of the money, so it's like this is it. This is literally it. This is it. And I can't make it any more clear than that. Like, this is it, dude. This is it. I'm scared out of my fucking mind, but like, this is it.
So I think I hope it never becomes like what's, you know, where we become an oppression thing. But you're right. If it does become like that, it's gonna have to be like, I can't remember what South America country where the gangs and them overruled because like they were just fed up with shit.
I mean, pretty much everywhere, dude.
And like they just overruled the country, and then now they're trying to like took them all the way to the other side. What the fuck happened?
They got out.
Shit. What was I? I lost track now. Sorry.
You were talking about gangs that took.
Oh
over.
yeah. So yeah, they just overtook a country. I can't remember the country. I want to say Brazil, but it's probably not Brazil. That's too big of a country. But it was one of the smaller countries in South America, and it was just revolution that happened because they were just fed up with. Everything was so like at one point they couldn't even get money out of their accounts. Like it was there was no money. Like that country went flat, broke.
Yeah, I mean, it's yeah, it could happen. You could show up to your ATM once Trump is elected, and it's like, what? Nope, sorry, your money is my money now. Because that's what Putin did. That's what Putin did when he took over, and now he's been president for like what, the 10th, 15th, 20th time in a row.
Sorry,
all
guys.
of the oligarchs in Russia, like. Russia is set up where billionaires are allowed to be billionaires, but all of that oligarch money belongs to Putin. Like, he can use anyone's money at any time the way he set up his government, and that is what we're headed towards. That is literally what we're headed towards. So, if you know anybody in your life that's a fucking Trump supporter, please, please, please do your best to shake them awake, dude. Because I'm scared. Like, if you have daughters, sons, children, especially daughters, like, if you vote Trump, you are setting up a world for your daughter that is going to be unimaginably ugly for her. Like, it's such a serious thing. Like, I'm not trying to be like over dramatic about this. Like, this is fucking serious. This is dire. And then yeah, let's get off this soapbox. I think we've been political enough now.
Cool.
There's really nothing else left to say about it.
Yeah. Pat's going up doing with dog stuff. Let's talk
Weather's
about-
been crazy, huh?
right.
What's up with airline food?
I was starting to think about just random questions that me and Bria have been asking each other, just kind of to get to know each other, and also thinking of like if we ever run into a situation where it's like, let's do a couples dating game, we need to fucking dominate.
Yeah, you guys would be fun on a show like that, dude.
I think so. It'd be a lot of
Especially if
fun.
there were like obstacle
Oh, bro,
courses.
no one
you
wants
know,
that smoke. Like, yeah, me and Bria are coming out with a handshake and a fucking dance. All right, are we good?
There was one show, I forget what it was, but it was a reality show that had like they were like in a house, and in the but there were like obstacle course challenges in the house too. And like in one of the recent seasons, there was like an Indian guy. He was like one of the top people. I forget who I was even watching that with. I don't know what it was. But anyways, yeah. Anyways,
That would be a good show.
What show?
Whatever you were just talking about, like an obstacle course inside the house, kind of deal.
I'm gonna have to try to think about it like
Like
harder.
adult tag or something.
Yeah.
Hey, adult tag is real, bro.
Dominate.
That's actual league.
Yeah.
It's on ESPN,
I've
bro.
seen it, bro. Y'all don't want that smoke either.
Yeah, I was like, damn. I was like, I should have been trained all my life for this shit.
Just
It's
adult parkour.
surprising how many professional leagues there are for like obscure
Hopscotch?
sports.
There's
dude.
hopscotch now?
I don't know.
Oh, I was about to say.
I bet you there is, bro.
There might be.
Oh, have you guys seen the slapping ones?
Yes.
How the
That is
fuck?
the.
How do people not get knocked
stu-
out?
They
They
do. They do. It's
Yeah.
everybody hates that sport. Like people hate watch that sport because they're like, that's brain damage, dog. Like
Yeah, for real.
you're just killing yourself. Like okay, I mean it's funny to watch, but like this is awful. Like this is not good. Like,
I'll just get in box at that point. Shit. At least a little more protected.
right? Like what kind of sport is and what's so funny is like these guys
Technique.
will be like like just acting all alpha and shit, and it's just a bitch slapping contest.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Watching people's different techniques is what got
Maybe
me.
I mean I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just saying you're gonna come all like roided out and then be like, like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah, I've
it's not
all
as
the-
it's
all
not
the
as
appropriate
manly as
muscles.
you think it looks, dog. Like yeah, but that's with any sport. Like anytime anybody like is like overhyped about it or overconfident, and then they just get like annihilated.
Slapped to
Those are my
death.
favorite.
I have one sport that I have a huge pickle with.
Pickleball?
Pickleball.
Yeah. I don't know.
I-
I don't understand it.
I hate it, and the reason why I hate it, because I used to go to Lifetime up in Castleton, and they used to have
I
basketball
remember
courts
that.
there, and I'm talking they had nice basketball courts, like it was full court,
What you mean?
full size two full size full courts, right? And now they took all the basketball courts and turned it into pickleball courts. So that means
Are
you're
you serious?
now you wearing going to a membership that you're paying for, like going there, and it's pointless. This is gonna come.
Pickleball's taking off.
I hate it. I fuck pickleball.
I
And
don't
it's
even- I
for
don't know how to
non-athletic motherfuckers that want to look good out there.
Isn't it just like smaller
Tennis and barely running.
smaller tennis, but you can bounce the ball?
Yeah,
right?
bro, it's stupid bullshit. Here's
it's like elderly tennis.
It is, and then here's my biggest gripe. It is like,
But young people play it. Like
no, it's our age people. We're middle aged now.
I don't
But it's
know,
middle
man.
aged and above.
I've seen college kids throwing it down on
Yeah.
pickleball.
I don't know,
dude.
bro. I fuck that sport.
Pickleball's huge in college.
It's a sport because people don't want to run. And here's my thing: you got rid of my goddamn basketball course to put on pickleball, man.
That is wild.
That is my big. That's why I really hate it. It's just like, why are you gonna get rid? Because I guess Lifetime is also like the official sponsor for pickleball league, so they turn all the courts into
That's
that.
whack as hell.
Yeah, so it's just I was annoyed by it because like I used to go to play basketball there, and I had friends that were there. Now we basketball friends, obviously,
Yeah.
and now like well, it's just.
There's nowhere to play basketball at Lifetime. I used to go to the same one.
Yeah, there's no. So all the Lifetimes now, either if they have courses, only pickleball courts, and at least
outta here.
if you want the basketball court, you got to go to like the higher tier Lifetime. There's like I think a bronze, silver, gold, and then
Yeah.
diamond. I think the diamonds are the only ones that have basketball courts now. It's stupid. I know. Don't even get me started. But I wish that sports would die so they could bring back my course. Because, like, honestly, in Indiana, if you want to go play basketball, at least in our area, you have to go to a played field house. So you got to go pay money to go play basketball now, which is stupid.
I don't care
wild.
about that.
But
Whatever,
yeah, that's
go
my
with
little
this.
rant about pickleball.
Were you talking about basketball? Okay, I'm a ADHD swerve to the Home Alone house
Yeah.
is up for sale, and it's
Is that what you were looking
How
at?
much?
no. I was reading the comments real quick. It's expensive. It was like I think some like between 4 or 5 million.
It's in Manhattan, isn't it?
But here's the thing. It was
Chicago.
like
Chicago?
super duper renovated, right? Like like we go into the basement and then it's super nice basement, and then there's another set of stairs. There's
Another basement.
there's a secondary basement, but
That's my
it's
dream.
it's a half court basketball.
Bro,
Court.
listen, there's 8
It's a-
normies. We all putting money together. We'll get a loan together. We'll stay in this house together,
Look,
y'all.
man, it's a sick house. It's a pretty sick
Are
house.
you guys down in Chicago?
It's a
Yes.
pretty sick house, dude.
Yeah, all down in Chicago. I'm down.
I'm down, dude. No, I'm down, dude. Chicago is a shit, dude.
We're gonna go
I
on
didn't
about
want to move to
these
Chicago,
dumplings
but
again.
this,
Dude.
I'm down for this.
Chicago is the shit, dude. Because like,
Hold on, isn't Home Alone in New York though?
No, it's in Chicago. The second movie was in New York.
Yeah.
The first one was.
and also fun fact, they built a replica of that house in a high school gymnasium where the swimming pool was to be able to do the flooding scene.
Huh.
Yeah, so like
That is cool.
most of the interior shots of that movie are not in the actual house.
That's funny.
They built a replica house,
That makes sense.
which is so wild when you learn about things like that for movies. Because I'm like, damn, that's a lot of work for that.
Just like a little scene, you know, right?
Yeah. I hope all
That's
the
what it
movie
takes,
traps are
dude.
there.
That's what it takes.
So when the studio has come up to this, like, hey, we're gonna have to make a whole pool just for this scene. How do they pitch that to the people that are writing checks?
it's
someone's job.
just, I mean, yeah, I guess that's part of your.
Because like that scene has to bring ROI at least.
That's part of your budgetary pitch, then, yeah. Because I mean, like that's why movies cost like millions of dollars because you're paying for.
I want
the
to
ma-
build a pool in a gymnasium.
Yeah, you're paying to rent out the school. You're paying to for the material of the props. You're paying for the labor of all the people that are going to have to build
You had to
it.
ship that product, like
You-
those products.
shipping. I mean, there's a lot of logistics to making movies that like is really interesting to me, but it's like it's so staggering that I'm like, how does one person handle like because there's heads of departments. I'm like, how do you keep track of all that? Like, there's no
Numbers have to just become unreal at some point.
Yeah.
It fascinates.
And
me.
then, but the biggest fascinating is the motherfucker up at the very top who has like 6 or 4 or 5 movies that he's like, you know, he's got his money spread across.
Yeah.
And one of them just got a hit. That's fascinating to me. Like for him to just like, hey, or she, be like, look, we're doing 6 movies. All these, do whatever you got to do, and then hopefully one of them hits. So then it pays for all my other failures. That's
I mean,
Yeah,
You know.
one of them will do it. I have 5 phases. that I'm gonna
it
put
just
out.
takes.
it. Just takes one.
Man.
Where are we at right now? So I think it's probably a good time to talk about the movie. Since we're
Talk
talking
about the movie. I can take lead on this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, what did you guys think?
So when I watched the movie,
Yeah.
I had to rewatch it not twice, but kind of twice because like I was 30 minutes into it. I was like,
I wasn't expecting it
to be all Spanish, right? So
Yeah.
because like when I watched it on Amazon, it said the English, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, where the fuck is the English coming in? And so then I was like, let me go check this out again. And it was all. And then I googled it. And it's like it's just Spanish. So Amazon
Yeah.
fucked it up, which I didn't mind because like, the first 30 minutes I was kind of like on my phone anyway, so I had to rewatch it again.
Yeah, that was the hardest part for me.
Yeah, the movie was good. I loved how unique it was, and the fact it's not your original cheater type of a story. It is like the family is now becoming friends with the person that was cheating, like was the affairee, and that was weird to me. I was like, okay, I guess having affairs in I think Mexico,
Spanish culture.
Spanish culture is okay. Like it was totally fine to be like having an affair there because like the son didn't have an issue.
I don't know if it was fine, but it was more about like, yeah, I wouldn't say it was necessarily fine because I like that's the whole movie. It's like women on the edge of a mental breakdown. But
And Antonio Banderas, bro, that motherfucker
Yeah.
young as
I
fuck.
didn't.
That
He
got me.
looks like he was like 15, and
That got me. I was like, oh shit, it's Antonio
Banderas, dude. It's
I,
Zorro.
I only got through like half the movie. I fell asleep watching it yesterday, and then I was watching it again today, and it didn't hold my attention
It's a
at all. Like it said it's
It's
a
a
comedy drama, and I was like, where's the comedy?
There's
well,
not much
see,
comedy.
Well, no,
That shit
there,
wasn't
there is
funny at
comedy.
all.
There is comedy. It's just we don't speak Spanish, so like,
that's true.
so the comedic timing of the script, maybe
Well,
Then the
different.
translations might not as
the
big.
vernacular, the translations,
Yeah.
maybe they're using slang that we're not picking up on. Because there was one part like when the cops show up at the end, and he's at the door. He was like, "Who is it? Nobody." It was like, "We're the cops." It's the cops. Like so, there were like moments where I could, but like we didn't pick up on that. It was a difficult watch. Were you done?
Yeah.
It was a difficult watch if you're not like a native Spanish speaker. I also halfway through the movie, I was like, I'm not quite sure what's going on or what I'm watching.
Yeah.
So I paused to just kind of go look up things about the movie, and there were a couple of not video essays, but there was a couple of videos that I watched that kind of explained the movie to me, and then I went back to watch it, and then it was a way better viewing experience.
I
So
gotcha.
if you're not a native Spanish speaker, I would recommend, if you want to check this movie out, to go look up things about this movie and then watch it. I think this is one of those movies that's like historically important for cinema and feminism. But I think it's one of those movies like if you're a movie connoisseur, you might want to watch it just to understand like its historical significance.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I don't think it's one I would like voluntarily watch again. Maybe like if, under the right if I'm with another film buff, I'd be like, have you ever this is definitely a film buff movie.
Gotcha.
So you said you did some research. What was the historical significance of this movie?
So, hold on, I have to. Pedro Almodovar, I believe, is the director, but let me just make sure that is correct. Sorry.
While you looking it up, for me, we watched some bangers this week. It's Shelby's picks for a month. There were bangers, so that's why when I saw this like earlier this month, I was like, this wasn't living up to the banger of the movie. Because I understand to you, it's like we're not like attention grabbing. You really want you wouldn't have to watch this movie. You know what I mean?
I caught myself trailing. Like literally, I'd be watching it, and then all of a sudden, I was thinking about something else, and I was like, "What the?"
Yeah,
exactly. Like, this movie's literally not.
All three of us have ADHD, so asking us to watch a fully Spanish movie, it's difficult. Even when we were watching Money Heist, it was difficult because like I'm not understanding the language, so then my thoughts start to just kind
wander off.
So I did a lot of wandering off in this movie. So it was a tough watch, but I'll give you guys some little tidbits about this movie that I think will elevate your experience. So the director is Pedro Almodovar, and he's like a very influential director in Spanish cinema. Right around his time, the cinematic style in Spanish cinema was changing. It used to be that Spanish films were like super dramatic and like very metaphorical, and it was very artsy and stuff. And like around the time Pedro came around, the cinematic style kind of changed to what modern cinema sort of is like, kind of like a Judd Apatow film, where it's just like it's not so metaphorical. It is just kind of in your face. The characters are saying what they feel. It's not, you don't have to like interpret much.
Yeah.
And so it was just kind of shook things up. And it was also a very feminist centric movie, which you didn't see, too much of back in that time. Also so there's a guy named Richard Pena, and he was in charge of the New York Film Festival. And his first year was 1988, which is when this movie came out. And he was looking for like, like it was his first festival that he's handling. So he's like looking for that movie that like is going to like do really well. And he came across this one, and he chose this one, and it did really, really well. Like this was a massively successful movie.
Nice.
For its time. And some of the interesting details in the movie. So Pedro Almodovar, he worked as a phone operator for a time, and so you notice the use of telephones in his not just this movie but all his movies quite a bit.
Okay.
And so I think he uses telephones to kind of portray like miscommunication between people. Or like, like you could be talking on the phone with somebody and hear something wrong. Or like a lot of the time she was calling him, missing the call. He's calling back, missing the call. So there's a lot of that. In the beginning, so the whole movie is about like the deceit of the how women handle dealing with like deceitful men, right? Because every dude in this movie was deceitful, and like all of the women were deceived in some way. And that's kind of like the core of the movie. And it shows, so lying and lies is like a big central theme in this movie. And even in the beginning, when you see the voice actors dubbing over the movie, and even the set choices of like when they're on the rooftop in the cityscape, like it's clearly like a fake cityscape. That's all purposeful. That wasn't like a budgetary constraint. They could have shot in a city if they wanted to, but it was purposeful decisions. God, he put it a really beautiful way in the interview. The lie of the truthful image. Yeah. So when they're dubbing over the movie, it's not in a different language. They're speaking the same language, but it's like the actor on the movie, but someone else's voice. So it's like the lie, the lie of the truthful image. And so like knowing details like that definitely elevated my experience of this movie. I liked it. I mean, I think for me personally, like I'm glad I saw it to understand its significance. But yeah, it's probably not one I would probably put on again unless I'm with like film buff people, you know.
Yeah, I feel
And it kind of comes up in conversation. But yeah, it was good. I mean, I liked it. It was like a rom-com Broadway almost, and I almost got like Wes Anderson-ish vibes from this film. And yeah, I would be interested to see his other movies because Pedro Almodovar has like a very specific style, and the actress shows up in he works with kind of the same cast.
Oh, kind of like Clint Eastwood does.
Yeah, he kind of works with a lot of the same people throughout his movies. So I'd be interested to see some of his other films. I enjoyed it. It was a good film.
I think one of my favorite characters was probably like one of the B characters. It was a taxi driver.
Yeah,
He was just hilarious.
yeah.
Because it reminded me of the taxi driver in Rush Hour 3 or 4 when they're in Paris and the taxi driver is like, "Oh, this is like a movie chase," and he wanted to be. He just reminded me of the same kind of character. So he was one of my favorite characters. I think the most eye-catching moment for me from the movie, where I remember, is when I guess the actual wife shows up to the house, and then I guess they all get not drunk up, but like stoned up to gazpacho, so they pass out. which was crazy to me that they couldn't even taste the whatever. But I guess gazpacho is spicy, so you may not be able to taste.
Yeah, you probably blend in there.
But yeah, blending pretty well. But anyways, when she took the 2 guns and was just like, "I'm crazy. I was national. I faked being crazy. Like I faked being good. I'm crazy." And then like she went on a chase on the back of a motorcycle and just shooting crazily. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I guess the specific genre for this is screwball comedy, and I'm trying to think of an example from American cinema. But it's kind of like where the story starts with one character and you see their conflict, but then you meet other characters who are related to that conflict, and it just keeps getting more and more absurd.
Yeah.
So like that's
Kung Fu Hustle.
yeah, and that wasn't typical in Spanish cinema at that time. So that's mainly why it's like so influential on cinema, because it was kind of like a transition into what modern cinema is today.
Also, well, I didn't catch that well. I didn't understand that well. It's like the feminist lawyer. She came back to the lady's house, picked up the cheater, the guy, and his luggage, took him to the airport, and then at the end of the movie, they walked off together, going somewhere. So was she the woman that he was always going to go with somewhere? Because remember, he was supposed to go on a trip.
Yeah, I think so.
So then,
Yeah, I think so.
was she when she met that lady and found out that she was with the same person, like there or whatever? Is that why she denied that as a client?
I'm not. That's a good question. Maybe I'm not sure if because I guess she would have recognized her. I kind of spaced out during that scene.
Okay.
I'm not entirely clear on that. But another important message of the film is like how the women kind of, especially the main character, how she kind of took. It's like by the end of the film, she realizes she doesn't need a man to like live her life, and like she was pregnant, and she says she's gonna decide to keep it and kind of just do it solo. And it was just kind of, by the end of the movie, the arc is like, if you're dealing with shitty dudes, you don't need a dude to live an independent life. So it was.
She definitely didn't. She had a nice spot. She doesn't need a.
That was a nice apartment. It was
Right?
a pretty sick apartment.
I was really jealous of her spot because like she had like she was overlooking the city, but still had like a lot of greenery around her
The balcony.
balcony. Antonio Banderas' character was kind of like a conundrum to me because like you're facing the person that's cheating on your mom, but then you try to hook up with her friend, and while you came with somebody,
Deceitful man, dude.
right?
But his dad was a cheater, so it's like it's
like passed down
the
generation.
the seed was planted.
But then also his mom hated him because his
Yeah.
dad was like because his dad put her in the hospital.
Yeah, I mean it was it got pretty complex. Like, at a certain point, it's like, man, this is like because it was in Spanish. it was just things were just moving so fast that I was just like, I'm almost trying to watch this off of like visual context. Like it was definitely a difficult movie to watch, but it was an enjoyable experience once I learned like the facts and everything. You know, I was like, okay, all right, this is pretty cool.
So let's tier list because now we're gonna be done with Shelby's movies for the month.
Yep.
So let's tier list her choices.
Bottoms is number 1.
I agree. Bottoms is number 1 for me.
Okay, wait. We had Bottoms. We had
That German movie. Well, I forgot the name.
The
Zone of
the
His
one-
Interest.
Yeah, Zone of
The
Interest.
Zone of
And
Interest.
then we had
Snowpiercer.
and then this movie.
And we have this movie.
Man, it's gonna go Bottoms, Snowpiercer, Zone of Interest, and then this.
That's my exact list right there.
Yeah, because Snowpiercer
It was cold.
that changed me, man.
Yeah, that was cold.
What was yours?
Mine is exactly Spidey's.
Bottoms, Snowpiercer, Zone
I
of Interest. this
I
week.
think I enjoyed Bottoms the most. It was a feel good,
Yeah.
super funny comedy. I will place that first. I'll place Zone of Interest second because
that one was hard.
That was dark.
that was a
Yeah,
tough
dark.
film, but like the way they made the experience so difficult to watch without really showing anything.
Yeah, sound
that's masterful. And I'm just a A24 simp. So I will put Zone of Interest second. What was Snowpiercer third, and this one fourth.
Yeah.
So you just have your second and third switch up from us.
Yeah.
I think Chris would probably have the same type of feel.
Yeah.
Same type, probably a similar list to yours.
Yeah.
But yeah, these were like I was saying, like obviously we're
Shelby's a film connoisseur.
yeah,
Yeah.
she knows
has
how to
some-
pick
She
movies.
has some really. I didn't expect this one to be fully in Spanish or from the 80s, and I was like, oh, this is from the year when I was born. So it was interesting to see cinema from back then,
Yeah.
also from like a different country.
Yeah.
Like, I like foreign cinema, but I have to be prepared for it because
Yeah.
like it does because I do have to like try harder to pay attention.
attention, yep.
Because it's with the ADHD it's super difficult.
And it's wild because I used to watch a lot of movies when I was young, and I could zone out to watching movies. Now it's so hard to zone out to watching movies.
It's because you didn't have a smartphone back then.
Yeah.
Like your problems have just been like our problems have been so exasperated by this shit. Like is it because like Instagram scroll.
Is it- and it's
scroll,
not- it's not-
scroll.
I- it's-
next thing,
it's
next
not
thing,
like-
next
like-
thing, next thing,
Yeah,
next
it's
thing.
like I don't want to do it. It just fucking like
Yeah,
somehow
it's the
it's in my
action of
hands
it.
and I'm just fucking.
It's almost like it's by design. It's
Yeah,
almost
what
like
you should do is start plugging it up by the front door and let it charge, and then just go back to. You have the watch. You can answer your text.
There
and all that.
are-
Oh.
there are lockers that they're like
time
tiny
saves.
lockers that you can put a time on it and be like just for the next 5 hours and it won't open till
Well, see, I guess for me it's like I think
Right,
about
it's
it.
gonna open.
I think about
It's
it too
gonna
much. If I put it away, I'm just gonna think about my phone being away, and I'm thinking about what am I missing? What is like? It's just fucking weird. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, man. When I went away for that 1 week, I had to give up my phone to them, so I didn't have a choice. And I'm telling you, dude, like that was.
Did you even think about it all?
I thought about it, but like after that week, I just had so much clarity and calmness. And of course, as soon as they handed it back to me, all that shit went out the window. But like, if you can get into a habit of like actively staying away from your phone, it really does help with a lot of things mentally, like anxiety. It just I don't know, man. It fills you with a calmness of just like, I don't know what's happening on the screen. I don't need it. I'm in the moment. I'm present. I'm doing shit. I just read a bunch. I read a book. I
Feel
did that
that.
instead. So
What would we do without phones?
I honestly
at this
don't
point,
know.
yeah, at
I
this
don't
point, it's
know.
a necessity. But
Yeah.
I do fantasize sometimes about just getting rid of this and just going back to a flip phone, like an old school flip phone. I do.
Yeah.
I
They're
do.
starting to do new flip phones now, so you're not gonna have an old school flip phone at some point.
What's a new
Because-
flip phone?
Have you seen the new?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, it's still in all. It's still on the screen. Yeah,
It's
So you can
still a
still
screen.
access like Instagram and your
Yeah.
leisure reports and emails.
it's this, but it folds.
Okay.
Yeah, I fantasize about just going back to a Razor, like an
Going
old
back
school,
to a
like an old
brick.
school, like an old school Motorola.
Honestly,
Mhm.
that's like That's what a phone is. All you just need your text message and your phone. I don't need
Hey,
to.
bring back T9.
I bet it'll happen. Maybe not with Gen Z, but like the next few generations, because like that shit is gonna be vintage, dude. I promise you, we will see at some point a trend of kids purposefully getting like old cell phones, and
Or at
like
least
and
old cell
manufacturers
phone
will start
backgrounds.
making them again, huh?
It's gonna be old cell phone like wallpapers. Like,
Yeah.
or like some kind of operating system for it, to where you can still use T9.
There is a app called Minimalist app, but I'm
Yeah.
just I don't trust apps.
Yeah.
Like
Minimalist app.
Minimalist app basically changes your UI to like a basic
Oh.
basic phone. But an app is gonna change my UI?
Right. Nah, man, I got it.
Nah, that's
I'm
too
gonna
much.
just handle it.
That's too much control. I don't trust that. No.
All right, since we're talking about ADHD in our phones, what are your top 3-4 things or things that you do on your phone, that either an app or a thing on your phone that you don't realize that you, because like there's multiple times where like I've gone onto Instagram and then got out of Instagram and then go right back into Instagram. Like it does not make sense. I just got off of it and like it's not been in a minute. It'll be like within a minute I will go back into it.
Yep.
Or like, so for me it's like my Slack, my Instagram, my Bleacher Report, and my email. I just search. I go a phase with them. I go one by one, and sometimes I go back to it. It does not. And I not got a new email within a minute, but I'll still go to it.
The way I justify it, I don't feel. I mean, I feel terrible for doom scrolling because, dude, there will be periods like after work, I'm so like tired from everything that we've done that day that like I've been in a bad habit of like taking like after work naps, but it turns into too long and then I'm like up all night type shit. But there'll be periods where I'm just like laying on the couch with Chester and I'm just scrolling and like 2 hours goes by and I'm like, what am I doing? Like what is but the way I make myself feel better is like, hey, some of that funny stuff that we saved could be content, you know? So like, you know, I mean, some of my doom scrolling will turn into content.
That's true.
Which
Also, when you guys save shit on your Instagram, do you guys ever go back to it?
yeah,
I do.
I never go back
I
to
do.
it.
Yeah, I do.
I do.
For real,
Now I figured out
exactly.
you don't even have to save it. You just like it. And I figured out how to get to my liked stuff, not
Yeah.
just my saved
A
stuff.
lot.
Yeah, no, I
A lot of
have
stuff.
I have a bunch, dude. We honestly we should do one of those where it's just like a compilation of just like
all
you
your
know,
saved
I have,
videos.
Yeah.
I made a like save thing actually and shared it with you.
Yeah,
And
I
it's just random
haven't
stuff in
checked it
like,
yet.
Yeah, so I could have one there.
Dude, so many people send me so many messages that I have anxiety about just opening the app at all. I just like, you guys ever get like response anxiety, like responding to people?
As for me, if I get a message, I won't open it until I'm ready to. Like I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So I'm not just gonna. I know you sent it, but I'm not gonna look at it until like I'm ready to look at it.
Yeah. That's
There's, like-
yeah.
Outside of like main friends, there's like 2 people I think that I talk to on
On a regular basis.
on Instagram. It's like
Yeah.
and actually it's Keylade and I don't even know who else really right now.
Are you just talking about Instagram? I'm talking about on like
Yeah,
just
just
your
on
regular
Instagram.
text messages.
No, hell no, that's no problem at all. I get to it when I get to it. That's what it's a text for. It's there for me to get to it when I get there. Don't rush
Yeah,
me
phone
on a
calls are
text.
intrusive now, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, don't be
is.
calling
Don't
me.
call me or text me that you're about to call me.
Yeah, act like I got minutes.
Yeah.
So, I had somebody recently tell me this, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do it because she asked me, because she does it. She has her receipts on, right? And she's like, why don't you put your read receipts on? And I'm like, nah,
Oh hell no.
nah,
No.
I'm cool on
I
that.
don't need
I
you
don't
to
mind
know.
it.
That's
like,
intrusive also.
I was like,
I don't need you to know if
Yeah,
I read it
exactly.
or not.
Like, I'm gonna get to it when I get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna respond to your message when I want to respond to your message.
I love the read receipts because then you know.
I don't.
I'm gonna respond to it when I respond to it. Yeah, I read it. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, what does you knowing I read it change anything? You should assume I read it as soon as you sent it.
right. That's what I want them to assume, but I don't want them to think like that.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Fuck red receipts,
Nope.
dude.
It just
doing it,
means
man.
that you need to learn that I don't respond to my text messages right away. Like,
Yeah.
clearly, because I'm gonna look at it.
That
and
makes
I'm
me
gonna
feel
think about
terrible
it.
sometimes, though. But it's like I'm not. I just have anxiety. I'm not trying to be a bad friend. I just have anxiety.
They get it.
Yeah. Well, guys, I don't know. We kind of wrapped up everything.
Yeah,
right?
we did. We did a good time.
That was good. What is we don't even have a next movie.
No, because this is a whole new month. What's our
Yeah,
what's
we
our
have a whole new
category?
theme.
What's our genre?
Honestly, you guys,
We gotta pick our own genre. Chris is not here.
You guys-
Let's do it right now.
We
you guys,
should-
you
we
guys
should
want to
just
do
pick random
catfish? You guys
movies.
want to do catfish?
Catfish movies?
20? No, not the
What's the
theme.
2010
Not the
movie?
theme. I'm just for the next one, the 2010 catfish movie.
I'll watch it again. Fuck it.
2010 catfish
I
movie.
haven't seen it.
2010
Alright, watch it.
catfish.
Yeah, let's
I
do it.
wouldn't
2010
mind.
catfish.
Let's do it.
2010 catfish.
Yeah, I'm done. We need.
2010. Okay, for now we're gonna.
No, it's catfish, not for now, because Chris ain't here. We gotta choose what we want.
Okay,
Good.
so it's catfish.
Catfish.
I'm,
He
I'm,
should've
I'm
been in the
choosing
chat.
Yeah.
Or wait, what are some movies that we?
We should watch the movie Storks.
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 I've been saying this.
All right, you know what?
4
I'm
years now.
down. I'm down. I'm down. I'm down.
It's such a good movie.
I could use something lighthearted too. Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like some palate
Is
cleanser.
it good?
Yes.
Is it good
It's
though?
so funny.
It's like Baby Boss good.
Is it?
It's like Baby Boss good. Yeah,
All right, I'm down.
it is Baby Boss level funny.
Is
All right,
it-
I'm good. I'm
what's
down.
Baby Boss good?
Storks.
We're
Baby
doing
Boss
storks.
was-
We're doing Storks.
All right, we're doing storks.
We're doing storks.
storks. We're pivoting to storks. Okay, we're doing storks.
I'm so excited.
Honestly, you know what? This month we're doing animated movies.
I'm not for animated movies.
This month.
We should have like refrigerator magnets and just like throw something and be like,
Oh,
what
we
genre is that? And pick a
should.
movie.
Oh.
You know, or we should have
a wheel.
a dartboard,
I was thinking of dartboard.
blind dartboard. We could set
Yeah.
it up right there. We could set it. We could that camera could probably.
Yeah.
We could tweak that camera
We'll
to
just have it right here.
yeah, or there. Yeah, dartboard. You know.
We'll move this. We'll put it up. So if we put holes in the wall, the poster will cover it up when we're done.
Yeah. I'm down for animated movies this month.
We figured it out, guys.
All
All
right.
right, we're starting with Storks.
We're doing storks next week.
Yeah.
He's finally got his way.
I did it!
Storks.
Oh my God! This
This
is how
better be-
Jafar felt when he got the lamp the first time.
this better be good.
It is so good.
Is it-
I mean, animated movies. I mean, I'm sure. It'll be
You know
good.
what I just watched recently? Those animated, and I don't. This is an older movie too. Like in how the Lego series movie came
Lego
out.
movies are all good.
Yeah, but then the one I watched was 2014 when one with Will Arnett with the Batman one.
Yeah, the Batman movie.
That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, Lego Batman. Top
I was
tier,
like
bro.
Lego Batman. I was like, shit. The Batman character in that movie, he's great.
Yeah, which it's from the first Lego movie.
The first Lego was that old?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought Lego movie was recent.
I mean, they're still making them now. They're doing Lego everything. I'm waiting for like the Lego Horizon game's gonna slap. That looks
shit.
good. But like Lego movie came out, and then Lego Batman. Was
Lego
in
Batman
there,
was the best one.
and that shit was gold.
I love Lego Batman. He's my favorite character. Will Arnett did a great job.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's on Netflix.
Oh man,
You'll get it.
I need to watch that one. I
Lego
heard it was
movies
really
are
good.
top tier, bro.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this pod.
Yeah.
Words
Thanks
from
for hanging through the chaos, but it's dogs, so you can't really get mad.
Right.
Dogs are the only creatures that can just
Do whatever the fuck they want.
catastrophically fuck up everything, and you'll just be like,
Yeah,
"Aw,
so I've
you-
been-
you rascal."
In the back of my head, in my
You
ADHD
rascal.
side pocket here, I've been thinking this entire time of asking you guys this question of if your dogs somehow got bitten by a vampire and turned into a dog vampire,
They already had the little vampy teeth.
right?
Yeah. Are you saying how would you know?
No, and then they can talk, right? And they're just like, hey, Dad,
Okay.
I want you to live with me forever.
And they gonna bite me?
Would you let your dog turn you into a vampire?
Oh
Yeah,
hell yeah! Oh,
yeah,
100%.
100%.
Yeah,
No hesitation.
Yeah,
100%. And my
You're
dog
gonna
gets to
be
live
a
forever too.
cold-blooded
Give it a bite.
killer for
Give it a
the
bite.
rest
And my
of
dog
your
gets to
life.
live forever. Hell yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, dude.
Let's
Yeah.
sign
If,
me
yeah,
up.
if we're chilling forever, yeah, dude, I'm
Yeah.
fucking down, dude.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm
Okay. Yeah, me too. Well,
down.
okay. I've honestly been thinking about that in the back of my head for a while. I was like, huh.
100, absolutely 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go
This
in
man.
That's a good short.
Yeah.
That's a good short to end the episode with.
Yeah.
All right, play us off, Hunter. We're out of here. Thanks, everybody. Storks next week.
Yeah.
Tip your waiters.